Hey, what's going on, guys? The Horror Man back with a collection update.
Let's get physical, physical. I wanna get physical.
Media. All of the stuff in this haul came from Dollar Tree and thrift stores. I have a handful of Blu-rays, a stack of DVDs, and a ton of tapes, including some rare ones. Let's start with the Blu-rays. I picked up this Blu-ray DVD combo pack of Gotti at Dollar Tree. Jason and I will be discussing this one at some point during our Positive Spin series. I also picked up Ride on Blu-ray from Dollar Tree. This one stars Bella Thorne. Dollar Tree also had Disturbia on Blu-ray, so I couldn't leave this behind. It's one of my favorite horror films of the 2000s. At the thrift store, I found this Arrow Blu-ray release of The Hills Have Eyes. I couldn't believe my eyes when I saw it sitting on the shelf. I misspoke earlier because I totally forgot this was also included in this update. Everything other than this Blu-ray I found at Dollar Tree and thrift stores. I bought this one at Walmart. Everything, everywhere, all at once. I just got finished watching this earlier today, and I'm still trying to process it all. All I can say is this is probably the most ambitious film I've ever seen. On to the DVDs now with one I bought at Dollar Tree. Assassination Nation. I've seen quite a few people talking about this one recently, so I thought I'd pick it up. I also grabbed Glass at Dollar Tree, because I already own Unbreakable, of course, and Split. So I needed this to complete the trilogy. And my last Dollar Tree pickup this week is Friday Night Lights, the second season. Now, I already own the complete series on DVD, but the second season is probably my favorite of the show, so I couldn't leave it behind since it was brand new at Dollar Tree. I found The Mummy remake with Tom Cruise at the thrift store and grabbed it so Jason and I can watch this one for Positive Spin. I also picked up Invisible Mom with Dee Wallace Stone at the thrift store because I own the sequel on VHS, but I did not have the first one until now. I grabbed The Deep with Nick Nolte, Jacqueline Bisset, and Robert Shaw on DVD. I finally found this MGM DVD release of The Last American Virgin. I had been looking for it for a while, but it's been out of print for quite some time. I do own the movie on VHS, but I love this film, so I wanted it on DVD as well. Here are a couple of Anchor Bay DVDs I found at the thrift store. Apartment Zero with Colin Firth. And this Anchor Bay DVD is apparently pretty rare. It's Folks with Tom Selleck. I never even knew this thing existed until I found it. And of course, when you find a Criterion release at a thrift store, you pick it up. So I picked it up. And it's an awesome movie, too. The Night of the Hunter. And now, on to the VHS tapes. Let's start with a stack of screeners with Kate's Addiction. This one stars Carrie Werrer, and it comes in this nice plastic case. I do own the regular VHS release of the movie, but it was cool to find this screener. Here's another one I already own on VHS, but not as a screening copy. Hidden Agenda. This one stars Kevin Dillon and Christopher Plummer. Here's a VHS screener of Bittersweet, starring Angie Everhart. I don't know much about this one. And a screener of I Want You, starring Rachel Weisz. This looks interesting. Here's an awesome movie that I do own on DVD, but I found this VHS screener and had to have it. Resurrection, starring Christopher Lambert. I grabbed a couple of Clint Eastwood movies on VHS, including The Outlaw Josie Wales, and this 2-tape deluxe widescreen edition of The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. Pretty cool. Now this is a cut box, obviously, and I usually just leave cut boxes behind, but I've wanted this movie on VHS for a while, and I really love this cover. It's also a nice cut job, and I guess this was a library copy, so it makes sense since the movie was based on a book. Watership Down. I found this Double Dragon, The Legend Begins VHS tape. This contains one episode of the 90s animated series. Here is Scenes from a Mall with Bette Midler and Woody Allen. I love movies that are set in malls. Here's one that's sort of become an obscurity now since it's lost on VHS. Masterminds with Patrick Stewart. Here's a very controversial movie I found on VHS. and the VHS version is even more controversial, but I won't get into that. Pretty baby. I picked up Vanilla Sky on VHS, which is the American remake of Open Your Eyes, starring Tom Cruise. I had to get this. Godzilla, King of the Monsters on VHS, known as the original Godzilla movie. And what is probably the hardest Godzilla movie to obtain, Godzilla vs. Biollante. Awesome cover art. I found this older VHS release than the one I already own of Abbott and Costello Meet Frankenstein. I love the cover art on this one as well. Here's the Rankin Bass animated Halloween classic, Mad Monster Party. I found a different release of The Rage Carry 2 on VHS than the one I already own. And I was happy to find this Brian De Palma classic, Body Double, on VHS. Here's another Monsters tape to go along with the other one I own. This contains the episodes Cellmates and The Demons. I grabbed this regular VHS release of Hardware to go along with the VHS screener I already own. This is a tough movie to find now. I had to grab Fright Night Part 2 on tape to go along with the original on VHS. This is a fun one, since it takes place in a Hollywood house of wax. Dracula's Widow. Here's a 70s horror obscurity with some classic VHS cover art, The Graveyard. And another one that's become a bit more expensive to obtain in recent years, The Possession of Joel Delaney. Now here's a rare one from Let Us Entertain You Incorporated, a Canadian VHS distributor in the 90s, Black Evil. The House That Vanished. I also own this on VHS under the alternate title, Scream and Die. Here's a rare, lost on VHS in the US, Giallo. Formula for a Murder. That's another great cover on this one. But I saved the best cover art in this update for last. Fury of the Wolfman. This is the Alpha Video VHS release, and it's a rare one. Collectors literally want it because of this cover. I can't believe I found it out in the wild. So awesome. So there you have it, guys, for this collection update. What do you think? Comment below and let me know. Thanks for watching, guys. Hit that thumbs up and be kind, subscribe.